Alrighty hosses, welcome back, and in this video I am going to show you how to transfer files to and from your server using Sftp. So in the last tutorial what we did is we set up our SSH keys so we can actually connect to our server, and in this tutorial what I did is I just made a couple quick files resembling some kind of website. So this is the home page, and I also made another directory that just has some other quick web page in there, and we need to get these files to our web server. So what we're going to do is we're going to use Sftp, which is kind of like FTP. Hold on a second. There is this truck in front of my house who's delivering furniture to someone, and they've been there for like half an hour and it's freaking annoying. But anyways, Sftp is a lot like FTP, but it depends on the SSH protocol, so make sure you have your key set up and you're ready to hop into this video. So it's incredibly easy to connect to your server using Sftp. So just type Sftp, that's the protocol, and then what computer are we trying to connect to? So root, that's the username, and this is the address of our server. So it's kind of, you know, a lot like SSH. We just use Sftp instead, and boom, look at that. Since our keys are already set up, we don't have to do anything weird, no passwords, we're connected. How awesome is that? So just to make sure that we're in the root directory of our server at first, let's just do cd .. and I have to do ls -la. Alright, so we're now in the root core directory of our server. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with Apache, where all of your I'll show you, where all of your web page files are supposed to go are in the HTML directory. And in order to get to that, use cd var www html. So from here, if you do ls -la, you can see that we have two files in here by default, and these were just sample files that whenever we got the server from DigitalOcean, they gave us these two files, you know, just so we have something to look at. So this index.html file, that's what we're looking at right here. But of course we want to replace it with our own. So what we're going to do first is we're going to take this index.html file from our desktop, and this is the one that I made, and I'm going to put it on my server right there. So how do we do that? It's actually really easy. Make sure that you're in the right directory. So pwd, yes, that's where I want to put it. And now you just write put and then type in a file from your own computer. So that file that I just showed you guys was on the desktop, and it was called index.html. So what this is going to do is it's going to put this file into whatever directory I'm at, which is the main HTML file. So just hit enter, and boom, look at that. So now if I refresh my server, look at that. I forgot I actually wrote that, but yeah. So this is my homepage. You know, how beautiful of a design is that? And if you guys ever want to take an entire directory and move it in there at once instead of just doing one file at a time, again, there's only one file in here, but there can be 100 if you want. Then I'll show you how to do that. So again, make sure that you're in the HTML file, and then we first need to actually make a directory. So I'm going to make dir, and I'm going to make a directory called books. So what this is going to do is it's going to make a directory called books on our server. So now that we have our directory, we can start putting all of the contents of books into that directory, that newly created directory on our server. So put -r, and I'll explain that in a second, desktop books. So what this -r flag does is it says, okay, we're going to put this directory onto our server, but we're also going to put it recursively. That means anything that's inside it, we're also going to add to the server. So it not only adds the directory, but all the files inside it as well. So boom, look at that. Once I hit enter, it adds books and all of the files inside it. So now if I go to books, and what did I name it? Harry.html, and hit enter, look at that. So if you just want to enter one file, then you don't need that -r. But if you want to enter a directory recursively, in other words, a directory and all the contents in it, then use that -r flag. So now we got some files on our server, and I'll show you guys something cool. So let me delete these. So we don't have any files on our desktop anymore. They're only on the server, and I just deleted those because I want to show you guys how to download them now that I showed you guys how to upload them, and it's really easy. So what you need to do, instead of put, you write get. So let me show you guys this. So ls -la. Alright, so right now on our server we have index.html, books, and we also have another file inside books. So let's say we want to take this index.html, which is this file, and we want to download it onto our own local computer. So we just write get. What file do we want to get? Index.html. And now after this we need to say where on our computer do we want to put it. Well, let's just put it on the desktop again. So desktop/index.html. So let me move this so you guys can see what happens whenever I hit enter. So I'm going to hit enter, and check it out. It's going to get this file, and it's going to put it right here, desktop.index.html. Now if you guys ever want to download an entire directory onto your own local computer, then I'll show you guys how to do that. So let me move back up one directory, and alright, so I'm looking at my server, and I actually want to take this entire HTML file and I want to plop it on my desktop. So what I can do is I can write get -r. Remember, that means not only that folder but everything inside it as well. HTML, it's the only folder we can download. And where do you want to put this whenever you download it? Well, how about the desktop? So hit enter and check it out. It's going to go on our server, get everything inside the HTML directory, and download it to our desktop. So check that out. So pretty cool. That is how you use Sftp, kind of a tongue twister, to upload and download files. Just practice a couple times, you'll get the hang of it. But thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. See you guys next time.